Now, in this chapter, I just want to give an important point which also affects your decision in which region to choose for hosting your resources on the Azure platform. Now, for example, if you create your VM in the North Europe location, and let's say on this VM, you host a web application. Now, if you have users in, let's say, West US or Central US that need to access the web application, which is in the North Europe location. So here the request and the response back has to traverse some distance from West US or Central US onto the North Europe location. So there will be a latency, or there will be some time before the response actually comes back onto the user. So this is one of the critical factors which actually determines in which region you should host your resource. It depends mostly the location for your users. Sometimes you might only have certain locations for your users and you might only create the resources in those locations. If you have users across the globe that need to access this particular web application on the Azure virtual machine, you can actually use another service that is known as the Azure Content Delivery Network service. We'll be going through that in a later on chapter. But in this particular chapter, I just want to focus on this point when it comes to the region location. Another factor can also be the cost, because cost does vary from region to region. And another factor is whether the service is actually available in that region. So you should always go on to the Microsoft products page to see if that service is available in that region. So the virtual machine service is the bread and butter service, and this should be available in mostly all locations. But if you have another service, let's say Azure Databricks, you first need to verify whether that service is available in other locations across the world. This is another point that you need to be wary about. Right, so in this chapter, I just want to go through some important points when it comes to deciding the region for your resources.